everybody, welcome. Weights and core class. Let's start warming up by stepping from side to side. Thanks for joining me. It's Monday and this is a great way to start our week. Thank you for being here with me. While your feet are going side to side, maybe you want to straighten your arms and do a little scissor action here in the front as you make sure that your space is clear. You're not running into your friend that you're working out with, and that everything is in as optimal position as possible to get started. I'm scissoring the arms in front. I'm going to switch and scissor them to the back now. That will just open up the chest a little bit, squeeze those shoulder blades toward one another. If you've just gotten out of bed and you're waking up, give yourself time to warm up. If you've already been out for a walk and you want to ramp this up a little bit and add some spice, go right ahead. We're going to bring those arms to the hips and we're going to take this side step to a grapevine in 3, 2, 1. So just move your feet across your space. Looks like I have a little spider friend here this morning. As long as he stays there on the wall, I'm good. If I look down and he's not there, I might have to relocate him. I'm going to bring my arms out to the side. Oh, goodness. I knocked over my ladder. Keep going with your grapevines. I guess the ladder didn't like the spider. And from here, we're going into a half jack in 3, 2, 1. So half jack, back and forth. Guess the ladder needed some attention today. Hopefully it stays there. It's never done that before. Half jacks. Step it up, step it back. Fantastic. Couple more of these. We're going into star steps in 3, 2, 1. Back and forth. Nothing like a ladder falling next to you to get your heart rate going. That's not exactly the way I wanted to get my heart rate up. Star steps. Warming up. Few more of these. And then we're going to march it out in 3, in 2, and 1. March it out. Keep your feet right where they are. Bring your arms forward and breaststroke them around. Shoulder warm up. Getting the blood flowing from the lower body. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Reach them forward. Feel the full range of motion of your shoulder blades. Keep your neck relaxed. Next up, we're going to step out one foot and punch the opposite arm across. I guess it's the same side arm. Sorry about that. So step one foot out, punch your arm across. Few more. Bring your arms to the level that feels good and does not hurt. So it could be you're kind of punching downward if for some reason your shoulder doesn't like shoulder level. We're going to bring that back to a march in 3, 2, 1. March it out. Breaststroke arms again. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Round and around. Beautiful. This time, instead of punching out and stepping out, we're going to ski side to side. So it looks like this. Lift one leg, step to the side, and then you can add that little hop if you'd like. Little hop, little skip, side to side. Good. We'll do 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. March it out. March it wide. Arms out wide. Let your feet come to a stop. And we'll do 5 sun breath plies. Here we go. Arms up and down. Fantastic. All kinds of activity here behind me. The spider, the ladder. 1 more. Nice. I feel like my inner thighs need just a little bit more warm up. So we're going to take those legs and keep them wide. and do a little side to side glide. Get those inner thighs lengthened. Going side to side. Beautiful. All right. First thing we're going to do today are curtsy lunges. So it'll look like this. You're going to step one foot back. Now, if for some reason you don't like the curtsy lunge or it doesn't feel good, you can do straight up and down squat or you can do a wall sit. I'm going to start with somewhat lightish weights as it's the first set of the day. So I've just got some medium-sized weights. Feel free to grab heavier weights or no weights. You can do body weight. We step to each side 4 times alternating, so a total of 8. Shoulder level with the weights, wiggle the fingers. Let's step the left foot back first. Here we go. So curtsy and up, right leg back. Curtsy and up. Beautiful. Here we go. Left and up, right and up. Halfway there. Left back and up, right back and up. One more each side. Left and right. Beautiful. All right, let those down. How did that feel? Pretty good? Nice way to start off. Go right to the legs, because guess what? We're going to stick with the legs. We're going to take a nice wide stance. You're going to grab one dumbbell or one kettlebell, and we're going to do 8 goblet squats. Would you like a kettlebell? I'm going to grab a kettle. You can also use a dumbbell. Going right for the legs today. We're crushing it with some legs today. Here we go. Don't worry, we'll do arms as well. Shoulders back, wide stance, maybe even a little wider than you normally like to stand. And let's bring it down. Here we go. 8, 7, exhale as you lift. 6, push through the heels. 5, 4, squeeze the glutes. 3, let's do it nice and slow for the last 2. 2, and one more. 1. Excellent. Slowing it down gives you that challenge, which is especially nice if you don't have heavier weights, but you want to gain some strength. Do it slower. Second set of curtsy lunges. Again, I've got smaller weights here on my shoulders as I make sure to focus on good form and keep my upright posture with my body. Let's start with the right foot back this time. Nice deep breath in and out. Here we go. Right foot back, curtsy. Going down from 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, do what you can. 3, 2, everyone's doing great. 1. Absolutely crushing it today. We are done with our curtsy lunges, and we have a second set of goblet squats to do. How did the first set feel? Were you using enough weight? Were you playing it safe? Do you want to challenge yourself a little bit for the second set? Maybe not. So I'm going to just make sure I widen my stance just a little bit wider than I normally do. Give some different muscle fibers a little stimulation. Ready? And go. Down. 8, 7, nice and slow. 6, 5, exhale to lift. 4, are you taking full advantage of this time? 3, there's no cheating, right? It's not possible to cheat when you're doing it for yourself. Everything is just for you. All right, those are great. Curtsies, goblets, done. Let's stretch it out for a moment. And we'll move to the arms. We will do one arm at a time. Single arm overhead presses. We'll do 4 on one arm, switch to the second hand, 4, switch, 4, and switch. So what kind of weight do you want to push overhead? Your body, your core will be stabilizing. Your shoulders will stay level. Your palm is facing inward. And we're going to push that weight up 4 times. I'm hoping, because I said just 4 times, maybe you dared to go a little heavier. All right, right arm, here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch arms. Second side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch hands. Ready? Push it up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch hands. Final one. Second side. Shoulder square. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Whatever weight you're holding, bring it around the world. 5 times in one direction. 3, 4, 5. Can you do the other side, other direction? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. You can put that weight down. Come on back to center. Let's shake it out. And we're going to get ready for deadlifts. Let's stretch out the hamstrings. Get the back of the legs ready. Hands to the thighs. Come on down. Say hi to my little spider who's made his way down the wall. Practice your form. Practice your breathing. Keep your back straight. Use those glutes and hamstrings. And if they feel good and ready to load, pick out some weights. Not too heavy, not too light. Going for optimal weight, optimal form. Shoulders back. Wiggle the toes a little bit, push through the heels, soften the knees, make sure they're not locked, and then let those weights float down towards the floor as you control the descent, and then pull them straight up. Slowly lower down, weights to the earth, and then lift them straight up. Nice and slow and controlled, and lifting with your glutes and your hamstrings. We are halfway through this. Are you sticking with me? Remember to breathe. Keep it up. I'm doing 2 more. Are you doing 2 more with me? Does it feel right in your body? Safe and good? Here we go. Nice job, everybody. All right. Put those to the side for a moment because those are probably not the weights that you pushed overhead. I'm just guessing. I'm going to do a little heel dig. Back to the overhead pushes. Was the weight you used the first time around the right weight? If so, grab it. If you need to switch it up, switch it up. Always experimenting, always seeing what you can do and how it feels. All right, here we go. Let's start with the right arm, 4 times overhead. Oh, I have 2 weights in my hands. First, this is fine. You can hold 2 weights. If you're holding 2 weights, we'll just go back and forth. Right, 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 and then now I'm going to do the left 4 times. 4, 3, 2, 1. This just gives you that little bit of extra loading. All right, 4 on the right. 1, 2, 3. It makes it a little harder, doesn't it? 4, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whether you were holding one dumbbell or two, doesn't matter. You got that overhead press in either way. Roll the shoulders back. Oh goodness, where did my spider go? There you are. And then interlace your hands, open up your chest. Next up, second set of deadlifts. Down and up. What do you say? Same weights, different weights, heavier weights? No weights? That would be fine. All right. Just watching the spider. All right, here we go. Form is important. Let's get it started. 8, 7, 6. There's always something trying to distract you, isn't there? 5. That's okay, we're focused. 4, 3, 2, feels good, and 1. All right, deadlifts are done, overhead presses are done. Give yourself a little break for a moment. We're doing some monster walks next without weights. So this is just this slow crouch, or low crouch, not slow, low crouch. And we're going to walk around your space. You can put your hands up like you're a monster. And we're just going to crouch and walk in this low position. If you don't have a lot of space and you just need to kind of go side to side, that's fine. Or you could just do a walk forward and a little forward and back, trying to activate those leg muscles. A little bit of sustained movement in this low position. You're going to get warm really fast. Let's keep it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten up. And you can do a little arch back after that. Your heart rate might be going. Let's interlace the hands behind. Keep your feet marching just a little bit. Keep that blood flowing. Bring your right arm up overhead, touch your shoulder blades, little tricep stretch. We'll be doing skull crushers down on the floor. So we'll lengthen the triceps a little bit beforehand. And down, let's do the same with the left arm. Stretch it out. And we're going to release that down. All right, before we move to the floor, like I said, we're going to do our skull crushers, where you're going to need either 2 weights, if you're going to hold one in each hand, or one larger weight. We're also going to do weighted bridges. So you need some weights down on the floor so that your bridge has some weight on it. And other than that, let's make our way down onto the floor. And we'll meet in table pose. Do a couple hip circles while we all get here. Boy, there are bugs everywhere today. And grab some weights down here for me as well, for the bridge and for the skull crushers. What do I want? I'll try those. All right, table, hip circles if you're not already there. After those monster squats, getting a nice stretch here through the hips will feel pretty good. Push-ups are next. If you do need to stand up and do your push-ups against the wall or a table, not probably a table, wall or a counter, you can make your way. We'll do 8 push-ups from your knees, from your toes, from the wall, any way that feels good for you. And as you're doing your push-ups, remember to breathe and adjust your hands for comfort. The goal is to be able to get yourself up off of the floor, not to compete in some contest. I've lost count. I think I'll do 2 more. I have a little bit of a shoulder kink in my shoulder, so I'm being kind of careful here. All right, I think that's 8. And then once you are done with your 8, let's come into puppy pose. If you're standing up, come on down, and we'll lengthen the shoulders. Let's walk over to the right side of the mat so we stretch out the left arm a little more. So walk your hands over to the right, and then walk your hands over to the left. And down onto your forearms for forearm plank. So right down onto your belly, elbows bent, fingers interlaced, forearm plank, lifting from the knees or the toes. We'll hold for 10 seconds. Which one do you want to try? Give it a try. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Whew. Great job, everybody. I know, planks and push-ups in the same workout. It's a lot, but you're crushing it. You're doing great. We have one more set of planks to do. Switch your fingers over one position if you haven't already, from the knees or the toes. Breathe in, exhale, lift. Let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. That was a very abrupt landing for me. All right, as we roll over, we're going to do our skull crushers. If you do need a little something under your head, and again, for skull crushers, you can have one weight in each arm, or you can hold one dumbbell and do both arms at the same time. So make your way onto your back, and then select the weights you want to use for these triceps burners. I'm using 2 dumbbells. Take a moment to get yourself into a good position. Knees bent, back is relatively flat. And we'll do 8 skull crushers when you're ready. So you bend your elbows and press to the sky. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Those weights can go to your side. If these are the weights you want to use for your weighted bridge, you can place them on your hips. I want to use a little something heavier, so I'm going to bring my heavier weights over to my hips. So my hips are quite a bit stronger than my triceps. Let's roll those over to the side. All right. When you're ready, we'll do 8 hip thrusters or weighted bridges, whatever feels good for your mind, however you want to look at these. And push through your heels. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you're using heavier weights, you're going to start feeling your hamstrings and your glutes working. All right, I'm going to leave those right there next to my hips and replace my weights with a little bit something lighter for my skull crushers. Remember, the other option is you could use that heavier weight and hold it in both hands. So I could use this one heavier weight for my skull crushers and have it in one hand, and that would work too. So that could work. All right. Second set of skull crushers. In position, back pretty flat. Here we go. 8, 7, 6. Exhale as you straighten the arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Be careful as you set those to the side or on your hips. And then we've got our hip thrusters to go. So switch up the weights if you need to. If you don't need to. If you're not doing any weights, then just give me a second to get mine into place. All right, ready for 8 hip thrusters? Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, squeeze it at the top, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Those are done. Those weights can go over to the side as well. And let's pull the knees into the chest and stretch out the glutes. Keep the left leg in, stretch the right leg out. Deep breath here. And then let's go ahead and switch sides. So bring the other leg in, stretch. For me, it's the right leg in, left leg out, but it's fine if it's the opposite for you. Big breath in and out. And release. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Take the right leg to the sky. Let's get the ankle. I'm going to support behind the right thigh as I circle my ankle. Right foot across the left thigh. And if you're going into the piriformis stretch, give yourself a moment to set up your left thigh position so it's straight up and down, and then pull it in. So try not to let it drift toward the center. If anything, try to bring the left thigh out to the left a little bit, and you're going to feel that even more. You can play with it. If you let the left knee drift in, feel like, okay, that doesn't feel as intense, but if you let it roll out a little bit, oh yeah, there you go. Find where you need, and release. All right, left leg up, support behind, little ankle circles, both directions, maybe 5 or 6 times. I just wear these shoes inside for this class. When I'm doing this, I'm always glad that there's not like dirt and rocks falling down in my face. Let's take the left foot across the right thigh. This can be your stretch. If you want to go deeper, pull the right knee in. Try to keep it in that straight up and down, perpendicular to the floor position. And again, you can sort of play. Let it sway towards the center. Let it roll out. See where you're feeling the stretch that you need. Let's breathe. And let it go. Full body stretch. So just reach your arms up overhead. Take the legs out long. Fantastic. Walk the knees in. Take the arms out into cactus. I'm going to have to move some of these weights to get my arm into cactus position. Bring the knees up to 90-90. And we're going to sort of keep the knees and ankles together as we just roll the knees and the ankles from side to side. So you're going to feel almost like your feet are going over to the left and then your feet are going over to the right. So just this gentle side to side motion, keeping the legs and the calves pressed together. Feel those lower abdominals doing some work here. Upper body stabilized with your arms out in cactus. Fantastic. And then lower one leg at a time. Walk your legs wide and roll those knees in and out. You know how much I love this. It's just such a nice way to get every hip range of motion optimized. When you're nice and warm, you've been working, the hip's not loaded, you're not trying to force anything. It should feel good on your low back, stretching your abdominals. Absolutely flowing and loving it. Let's flow right over to your side as we sit up and let our blood pressure stabilize before we start popping up and down off the floor. Well, I don't know where my spider went. Hopefully he's not in my hair. He was heading out that way last I saw him. So a little pinwheel position here for a moment. And then let's flip it to the other side. Again, maximizing our hip joint range of motion as we're doing these hip warm-ups and positions. Keeping that neck of the femur strong by pulling on those muscles that attach to it. And we're going to really do that as we come from the floor into standing. Now, I seem to have a lot of weights here. I'm going to take a moment to clear the weights out of my way before I start going up and down off the floor. If you don't need to clear your weights, go ahead and start going up and down. Any way that's challenging. Take note of which leg you're leading with, going up, and then make sure you switch it up for the second two. It's easy to forget, easy to not pay attention. And then if you find yourself on the floor after doing two each, just pick whichever leg you would like. Lead with that one, come on up. And we're going to do a quad stretch at the wall next. Because we did so many legs today. We did curtsy lunges, we did goblet squats, we did monster walking. So let's stretch out the front of the leg with a quad stretch. Hold on to a wall. Grab your ankle, your foot, your pant leg. Stand up as tall as you can. And then second side. We'll work on balance another time. Don't worry, getting from floor to stand is balance also, right? If you stood up without holding on to something, you were working your balance. Manipulating your weights every time you move them around is also balance. Release down. Interlace your hands behind you. Stretch the front of the chest. We did push-ups and planks. Lengthen your pectoralis muscles, both pec major and minor. Hands to your hips. Let your right ear come towards your right shoulder. Center left ear to left shoulder. If you notice tightness, just notice it and try not to say, oh, I've got a bad shoulder, or oh, it's awful. It's just what it is. We have movement patterns that we are used to. We notice them and then we try to make little adjustments as we can. Let's look over to the right. And to center, look to the left. Checking your blind spot. Back to center, back of hands together. Little wrist attention here. What position are your shoulders as you did this? Did they come rounding forward? Can you bring the shoulders back, open up the chest? Flip the hands over. We are done. Thank you for working out for me. See you next time. Have a great day.